Elon Musk, a name synonymous with innovation, ambition, and wealth beyond measure. But what happens when such vast influence extends its reach into the heart of American democracy? A shadow has fallen over the United States Treasury Department, and its tendrils are tightening. Musk's recent involvement with the Treasury has sent shockwaves through the nation. His actions, cloaked in whispers and backroom deals, have exposed a vulnerability in the very fabric of our government. The question is no longer whether Musk's influence is growing, but rather what price we will pay for allowing it to flourish unchecked. The answer, as we will uncover, is far more unsettling than many realize. David Lee, a career civil servant and high-ranking official at the Treasury, stood as a guardian at the gate. For years he had been the stalwart protector of the nation's financial integrity, ensuring that the Treasury's resources were used judiciously and ethically. His dedication to his role was unwavering, and his reputation for being incorruptible was well known among his peers and subordinates. He understood the gravity of granting anyone, even the world's richest man, unfettered access to the nation's financial nervous system. The Treasury's payment system was not just a collection of numbers and transactions, it was the lifeblood of the country's economy, a complex web that, if mishandled, could lead to catastrophic consequences. His resistance, however, was met with swift and brutal force. Lee was ousted. The decision to remove him was not just a professional blow but a personal affront to a man who had dedicated his life to public service. The corridors of power can be unforgiving, and Lee's principled stand was no match for the political machinations at play. His removal paved the way for Musk's ascent. With Lee out of the picture, the barriers that once protected the Treasury's sanctity were now vulnerable. Musk, with his characteristic confidence and ambition, saw an opportunity to expand his influence and control. Scott Bessent, the newly appointed Treasury Secretary under the reinstated Trump administration, wasted no time in granting Musk's company unprecedented access to the Treasury's payment system. Bessent, known for his close ties to the business elite, saw this as a strategic move to bolster the administration's economic agenda. This system, a cornerstone of American economic stability, was now within the grasp of a man who had repeatedly demonstrated a blatant disregard for regulations and ethical boundaries. Musk's track record, filled with both groundbreaking innovations and controversial decisions, made many within the government uneasy. The potential for disaster was palpable. The corridors of power buzzed with whispered concerns and hushed conversations. The stakes were higher than ever, and the nation's financial future hung in the balance. As the new order took shape, the question on everyone's mind was simple yet profound. What price would the country pay for this unprecedented shift in power? The Treasury's payment system is not some abstract financial mechanism, it is the lifeblood of the nation. Every Social Security check, every federal contract payment, every dollar of foreign aid flows through this intricate network. Trillions of dollars, representing the financial well-being of millions, are entrusted to this system. It is a testament to the delicate balance of power and responsibility that underpins a functioning democracy. Yet, this very system, designed to serve the American people, is now vulnerable to the whims of a single, unelected individual. The allegations are as chilling as they are credible. In the corridors of power, whispers have turned into murmurs, and murmurs into a cacophony of concern. The very fabric of our democracy seems to be under siege, not from an external enemy, but from within. Waleed Shahid, a prominent Democratic strategist, has not minced words, labeling Musk's actions a coup. His voice, echoing the sentiments of many, warns of a dangerous precedent being set. Shahid's analysis is not just a political statement, it is a clarion call to those who value democratic principles. The comparison to authoritarian regimes where oligarchs and dictators collude to seize control is not hyperbole. History is replete with examples where unchecked power has led to the erosion of freedoms and the rise of tyranny. The parallels drawn are stark and serve as a grim reminder of what could be. It is a stark reflection of the dangerous path we are on. The ominous clouds gathering over our institutions are not just metaphorical, they signify a real and present danger. Citizens, once confident in their governance, now look on with worry and trepidation. State capture, the insidious process by which private interests gain undue influence over government institutions, is a plague that has ravaged nations across the globe. From Eastern Europe to Latin America, the story is the same. A few powerful individuals manipulating the levers of power for their own gain, leaving the populace disenfranchised and disillusioned. It thrives in the shadows, eroding democratic norms and enriching the few at the expense of the many. These clandestine operations, often hidden from public view, undermine the very essence of democracy. The wealthy and powerful, operating behind closed doors, craft policies that serve their interests, leaving the common citizen in the dark. To think that the United States is immune to such threats is naive. The symbols of our democracy, from the Capitol building to the flag, are under threat. Concerned citizens gather in town halls, voicing their fears and seeking answers. The storm clouds over our nation are a stark reminder that vigilance is required to safeguard our freedoms. To ignore the warning signs is to be complicit in our own demise. History has shown us that ignored warnings lead to catastrophic outcomes. The signs are all around us, urging us to act before it is too late. Our future depends on our ability to heed these warnings and take decisive action to protect our democracy. Section 5. A treasure trove of dangers. This section delves into the alarming potential consequences of Musk's access to the Treasury's payment system. The risks are not just theoretical, they are immediate and far-reaching. The potential consequences of Musk's access to the Treasury's payment system are as vast as they are terrifying. With a single keystroke, the entire financial infrastructure of the federal government could be compromised. This isn't just about money. It's about the stability and security of the nation. Imagine a scenario where federal payments are halted at the whim of a single individual. The ripple effects would be catastrophic. Government operations would come to a standstill, and the trust in our financial systems would be shattered. Social security checks go uncashed, federal employees go unpaid, and the most vulnerable in our society are left without the support they depend on. The human cost of such a disruption is incalculable. Essential services grind to a halt. Emergency responders, healthcare workers, and other critical personnel would be unable to perform their duties. The very fabric of our society would be at risk. This is not science fiction. It is a very real possibility. The interconnectedness of our systems means that a breach in one area can have devastating effects across the board. Furthermore, the system contains a treasure trove of sensitive data. Social security numbers, bank account information, and personal details of millions of Americans are now within reach. The implications of such data falling into the wrong hands are dire. The potential for misuse and exploitation is staggering. Identity theft, financial fraud, and other forms of cybercrime could skyrocket, leaving countless individuals vulnerable and unprotected. The potential for misuse and exploitation is staggering. The damage to personal lives and the broader economy would be immense, and the recovery process would be long and arduous. Musk's history of reckless behavior, coupled with his disdain for government oversight, should give every American chills. His unpredictable nature and willingness to flout regulations make him a particularly dangerous figure in this context. Coupled with his disdain for government oversight, should give every American chills. The lack of accountability and transparency in his actions poses a significant threat to national security. Should give every American chills. The very foundation of our democracy is teetering on the brink. The stakes could not be higher, and the need for vigilance and action has never been more urgent. The very foundation of our democracy is teetering on the brink. We must act now to safeguard our systems, protect our citizens, and ensure that the power to disrupt our nation does not rest in the hands of a single individual. Section 6. Silence in the face of crisis. Perhaps the most disheartening aspect of this unfolding crisis is the deafening silence from those in a position to act. The Democratic Party, tasked with holding the line against such blatant abuses of power, has been disappointingly passive. Where are the calls for congressional investigations? Where are the demands for transparency and accountability? The lack of urgency is not only perplexing, it is dangerous. Every day that passes without meaningful action is a victory for those who seek to dismantle our democracy from within. Section 7. The Price of Apathy. We, the American people, cannot afford to remain silent. Apathy is not an option when the stakes are this high. Lindsay Owens, executive director of the Groundwork Collaborative, put it bluntly: Elon Musk is going to pay for his tax cut with your Social Security. This is not a partisan issue. It is a fight for the soul of our nation. If we allow a single individual, no matter how wealthy or innovative, to usurp the power of our democratically elected institutions, we will have lost something far more valuable than money. We will have lost our freedom. Section 8. A call to action. The time for complacency is over. The time for action is now. We must demand that our elected officials take immediate steps to investigate Musk's involvement with the Treasury Department. Contact your senators, call your representatives, and make your voices heard. Join organizations like Indivisible, mobilize your communities, and fight for the future of our democracy. This is not a battle we can afford to lose. Section 9. Reclaiming our democracy. The path forward will not be easy, but the alternative, a future where our government is beholden to the whims of billionaires, is unthinkable. We must reclaim the promise of our democracy, a government of the people, by the people, for the people. The power to create change rests in our hands. Let us use it wisely and courageously.
So hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, and let's turn the page on a new adventure together. Get ready to experience books like never before, only on VBook 360. Like, comment, and share to support the channel and keep the video magic alive. Thank you for stopping by. And remember, every video has a story, and every story deserves to be shared. See you in the next video.